Okay. Sorry if I make any weird or gross, like, mouth noises. It's just me trying to rinse cooked tortilla. Sorry, out of my wisdom teeth. Because as an adult, I still have those. But yeah, hi, welcome to Tuesday. Oh, nice. A birthday present from Aloy. On an account that does not have her. Or them. That shouldn't be allowed. Because that was a limited time event where they just gave you Aloy. Aloy is not a thing that should be allowed for having a birthday. If you don't have them. Oh well. I messed up yesterday. Or not yesterday. Like the day before. But I started a quest in Inazuma on my other account. I'm paying for everything account. And until I complete it, I cannot enter my teapot. Unfortunately, it involves timed quest. It's a timed fight. Okay, pepper, grass. Okay. But I don't know if my characters hit hard enough for it. Or like take down enemies fast enough for it, so I'm currently going through, so I went through yesterday before stream and I took all of the 4-star and lower artifacts off of all of the characters and I used them as upgrade materials. For the 5-star ones that I have. And I'm starting to think that I might need to go into the teapot real quick. But I might need to use the 5 stars that
Someone needs
the
assistance.
5-star artifacts that I'm not currently using to upgrade the rest of them.
We have put in much work of late.
And I am very much disappointed in myself because of that. Probably should be buying these.
If you ever have any questions.
Okay. Hi, Sucrose.
Hello. Thanks to you, my research.
Please try this.
I must admit, this tastes a lot better than my healthy meals. Time for me to make some modifications to my diet.
Okay, so she likes seafood. Good.
I'll catch up.
Oh, it's you. If there's anything you need.
Please try this.
Absolutely delightful. This must have taken a lot of time and effort.
Nice
You're
her.
back. Be sure to get ample rest before your next adventure. I accept. Thank you.
Aww. He didn't like that one as much. My gallbladder was trying to yell at me because I haven't eaten yet. But I've eaten, so it doesn't need to be mad at me anymore. I have like 5 or 6 electroculi left to find. I don't have the electroculi hunting device. Not on this account, in my older account. And it's making me kind of mad. I want to max out my statues. Yes. Let's see here. Oh, I can. Yeah, when your AR is 45, it maxes out at 80, so. Working on Ningguang. None of you are bow users. Sure. This lighting. I hope you were watching closely. Hello. I like your name. Thanks.
Oh, how exciting!
I'm doing okay on this account, I suppose. I'm doing my dailies right now. And then I'll probably go trying to upgrade Ningguang. I mean, ascend Ningguang. That face boost is... This technically is my alt account. So... I'm doing it. Oh no. Too short. Ow. Alright.
Dodge this. Cool it.
Hear my prayer.
I don't think I'm gonna make it out.
Freeze.
Just die.
This moment will be frozen in time. Cool it.
Oh. Kinda. I do have one 5-star outside of Traveler. that was because it was with the free temple that they give you at like the opening of the account. And that's Hutao. I was like, I'm gonna do a temple on Hutao for just for shits and giggles. And I got her. Literally on the first temple. I was like, what? What is this?
Silly
So yeah, it's
child,
mostly just 4
Billy
stars.
Cheryl, silly Bill.
Oh, I also have Sino and Jean. That's because I did a bunch of pulling on their banners. That's okay. Well, Sino's banner, but yeah, that's okay. Technically. This is making me angry.
What's the hurry?
It's a technically 4 star, but kinda. Also because I don't really have a good party setup for them either, so. No, stop. Okay, now Traveler, I'm gonna need you to stop being short. Oh, I don't remember where the trap was. Was that this one? Oh, it was.
Freeze!
As a good knight should.
I mean, on both accounts I'm currently saving up for Baiju, so.
Someone needs assistance.
Is it? I'm not gonna get this one. I'm not gonna get it. No. That one's gonna make me mad. I'm gonna stress over that one. Yeah, I know
Someone needs
challenge failed.
assistance.
Making me mad. All because Traveler's too short to fight a balloon that's going uphill. This one's not as bad as the one that's on Surrey Island. There's one on Surrey where it hits you with a fight trap like that one literally right at the end. And it's like, there's nothing you can do. It's really short too. It makes me mad every time. So I'm just sort of going to will myself into being good at the game at some point. And it'll happen. I hope and pray. But yeah, no. I don't like the timed ones or the ones that make me have to chase the balloon. because I'm sometimes not fast enough at fighting them. I don't want this party for this. Not this party. Oh, my artifacts. A random hodgepodge of stuff. Bunch of purple, but that's about it. Yeah. Because basically what I was doing was I was looking at the stuff for this, for the cups. Because, you know, stuff and things. But yeah. It's not a bad lineup, just not, also probably not the best. Hi, friend. I hope you don't mind that I share a platform with you. Ow.
Scatter!
Oh. Ow.
Surrender!
I'm going in!
Well, they didn't have the knife that Lan was looking for. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna use mint again for the event. Hi. And it's in party because if we miss the hyper bloom, then at least we can burn. Oh, right. I need an animal character. Sure. Okay, surprised that didn't hurt. Oh,
I swear by my sword! Absorption test. Animal test 6308.
Final warning! Let's light it up!
where did he go? No? But there he is.
Absorption.
Ow.
Precision strike! Leave the the wounded to me.
My favorite characters so far. Honestly, Sino. The only reason Sino is because mood. I too like them dad jokes. That just leaves me with having to do this one. Sino? This dude? You know, Yugi? Dad jokes and Yu-Gi-Oh! Let's go. Literally, my brothers and I.
Off we go. Everybody
Stand clear. Absorption test.
This dude was doing nothing. I just chose violence.
hear me.
Animal hypostasis.
Knife. Ow.
Let's light it up.
Animal test 6308.
You're the fairy.
Good boy. Though I was happy when they released Mika because I don't have Klee on either of my accounts. And you need Klee for resource gathering. That is before they released Mika. So, I'm happy for Mika. I enjoy having Mika here. Okay. Yep, that's not what I wanted. See, here we're doing tall people only on this party. Sure.
Don't disappoint me.
The tallest person being Kaya. Oh,
Come to
oops.
those who don't wait around. That's what they say.
And he's on standard. You'll get him eventually.
Cool it. Freeze. Dodge this.
No, Kaya. We want you in front of the boat.
Cool it.
It's nothing. Submit. You can't run.
Dodge this.
Yield. Give up. Judgment.
Cool it.
Do your worst. You can't run.
Oh, this is doing better than last time.
Yield. Don't waste my time.
Dodge this.
Oh.
It's nothing. Judgment.
Cool it. Don't get frostbite.
Flee. We shall prevail. Shiver.
Eat. Let me out, let me out, let me out, let me out. Let me out. I want out.
Dodge this.
Alright.
What's the hurry?
Oh, I lost it again. Go ahead. I didn't eat food before this time, though.
What's the hurry?
This is my struggle. I just want the key. And I have the key so I can start the next hangout event, please.
Cool it.
Do your worst. Your life is mine.
Dodge this.
Flee. Don't waste my time. Do your worst. You can't run. Yield. It's nothing. Do your worst.
But we still gotta do it.
You can't run.
Cool it.
Flee. Give up.
That boom-based balloon sound, though. Got it. Finally. Huh. Never again. Except it's gonna make me do it again at some point in the future, and I'm not gonna be happy about it. Don't you just love beating up like base boosted
Ad
balloons?
Astra Abyssosque.
It's
Welcome
great.
to the Adventurers Guild. Thank you for completing to Ad Astra Abyssosque. Welcome to the Adventurers Guild.
Oh, thanks. Now go, my minions, get me groceries. Oh, Fischl's dead. Okay. Had no idea. And I did the Tainari one yesterday, so we're hanging out with Sino today. Let's go. Oh my gosh, on my other account I was doing like 50 things at once because I had 3 keys, so I was like, sure, I'll activate 3 of these hangout quests at the same time. I was like, oh, you can't do this because this person's busy with this thing, and you can't do that because this person's busy with that thing. It's like, I had to go through and do them all part by part because
Wait, you two.
they were all busy with stuff.
Just a moment, please.
But yeah.
You're the traveler in Paimon, right? I thought you two looked familiar. People
It's
have been
either that or
talking
don't
all
have enough
about you.
meat and eggs to do cooking with anything.
It's a pleasure to meet you. Do
I
you
ain't
have
got
a
time
moment?
for hunting
There's something I'd like to discuss with you.
and gathering. Boomst.
My name is Nabil. I'm a Matra in the academia. You're friends with Sino, right? I've heard him
Kinda.
mention you before.
He's currently in party with me. Of course I'm friends with
Sino is
Sino.
out investigating a case involving smuggled
No.
canned knowledge.
He's in my party.
It's been days since we've last heard from him.
It's because I kidnapped him. He's hanging out with me. It's fine.
Oh no. Do you think he's in trouble?
No, Paimon. He's right here.
Well, to be completely honest, it's pretty hard to imagine anything that could pose a threat to Sino. But since we haven't heard from him, we're starting to suspect that the case might be more complicated than we had originally thought.
Look, we gotta help
Word has it
Desert
that you two
Batman.
are
It's
brave,
fine.
smart, and extremely capable adventurers. Do you think you could lend us a hand and help investigate the smuggling?
Alright, since you asked so nicely, we'll help.
Large amounts of canned knowledge from unknown origins have been appearing on the market recently. Sino suspected that there's a secret route being used to move the capsules. According to some research, using large amounts of canned knowledge could lead to some serious consequences. And, unfortunately, most people have yet to realize that. Rumors also have it that some particularly dangerous canned knowledge has made its way into the market. Regardless of whether the rumors are true or not, this case calls for urgent action. Last we heard from Sino, he was investigating somewhere outside Sumeru City.
And then it just never stops
Seems that he had
talking.
found some leads at the time, but we haven't heard from him since.
Sounds like we better go look for him. Come on!
Look, see, he's right here. He's not missing at all. He unwillingly came with me to help me with my journey. It's fine. Candace will never see our village again either. I mean, it's right over there, but also there's a teleport waypoint. I don't feel like walking. Oh, I need to finish collecting all of the waypoints. Is that a doggo?
Sino! There you are!
I know,
We
he's
finally
dead.
found you!
Ah, it's you two. I knew I sensed a familiar presence, but I'm very busy at the moment. We'll have to chat some other time.
We heard about the case of smuggled canned
That's right.
knowledge.
Nabil asked us to come and check on the situation.
So Nabil told you about this? Divulging my location without authorization. I'll let it slide for now. This isn't the time for that. I see. Well, the situation might be more problematic than you anticipated.
He's in work mode, so we don't get to hear his
I've
jokes
already
right now.
questioned several people, but gained very little information. Long story short, I was able to learn of the secret location where the canned knowledge is being sold. You're welcome to accompany me if you're interested.
Whoa, sounds pretty complicated. But having a chance to catch bad guys with Sino, it's like we're a part of the mantra. Alright, sign us up!
Paimon, you're precious. What if Paimon was just traveling alone and we were actually Paimon's imaginary friend? Because she's lonely.
this all you got? Seems even less than last time.
What difference does it make? If you see something you like, buy it. If not, then keep walking.
They've been cracking down on us lately, so we don't have much on hand. If you see something that catches your eye, then now's your chance. There's no
We all
telling
talk
when
like
we'll
this
have
in
more.
this industry.
What does the academia think they're doing? Alright, I'll take these here. Let me see what else you have.
Because we're all trying to keep our voices down,
I
but
don't
also
see
be
any
heard.
real gems in this batch. It's all pretty ordinary stuff.
We also smoke 10 packs a
Whatever,
day.
How much do
It's
I
fine.
owe you?
150K. Show us the Mora, and you'll get the goods.
Put the Mora down and your hands up.
It hit Sino! When's he ever gonna let up?
Hey, forget the goods! Let's split!
Like a banana, let's go.
But don't forget the Mora!
Yes, take your time gathering the Mora.
Not so fast! You can't escape with Paimon on the case!
What is this? He's got backup now?
That's
Doesn't everyone
fine.
say Sino works alone?
My internet's
I don't
sometimes
like
not
the
that
looks of
great
this.
either.
Either way, it's gonna be a tough fight. Any ideas?
It's over. It's not like we're making a big cut anyway. I'm not losing my life here.
Huh? Did they really just give up like that?
Just like the others I've caught. They're not deep in the circle, just dealers at the bottom of the chain. Alright, I have one question and one question only. Where did you get this canned knowledge?
The pickup location is different every time. The boss tells us where it's gonna be and that's it. We don't get a say in it. He sends someone every 5 days to bring us the goods.
And when is the next batch coming?
I don't know.
Yeah, sounds about right.
He's telling the truth. Honest. Normally, we should have received a shipment 3 days ago, but we didn't get anything.
Oh, dude, you're not talking like this
The stuff
anymore.
we have right now is from
I'm
8
shocked.
days ago, which is why there isn't much left.
This is
I
a
know
steady
exactly why they didn't receive their last batch. 3 days ago is exactly when I started my investigation. I suspect who's ever running this whole thing knew that I was coming. So they cut all contact with these dealers. When you were trying to escape, you said something about me working alone. Where did you hear that from?
Are you kidding? We've known your name since day one in this business. The boss warned us to watch out and even gave us info about you. But
Oof.
here we are. I guess we never stood a chance.
They already knew all about me and were trying to avoid being detected from the very beginning. These small fries are the only ones they leave out in the open. And no matter how many we catch, it won't further our investigation. If only we had another lead. Like a merchant who sells large amounts of canned knowledge.
Huh? Oh, you mean someone like Dur... nothing?
Paimon.
Do you have
Paimon.
a potential suspect? You'd better bring them to me for judgment.
Woo!
Paimon.
That's right. I won't turn a blind eye on any dangerous suspect.
Oh! Sounds like we shouldn't ever let Sino meet Dory.
Actually, we were
I see.
mistaken.
Anyway, I'll think of a way to deal with these two and then continue gathering information. If you manage to learn anything, you can find me at Caravan Rebot. And as for you, I don't ever want to catch you buying canned knowledge again. If you possess any
You mean like
unused
that
knowledge
nothing?
capsules, then you should submit them to the authorities immediately.
I don't know this person with whom we were speaking about,
Got it. Just keep your
or
eyes
anyone
on
that
my business.
matches that description.
Hey, what's with the attitude, mister?
What? You got a problem with that too? Listen.
And now he's
buying
talking
canned
like
knowledge
this.
is a deal between
Dude.
two people, the buyer and the seller. We don't need people like you butting in on our business here. Think about it. If the academia is hoarding something as convenient and useful like canned knowledge, then they must have been planning only to use it for themselves. Am I right?
They must have their
The
own
academia
reasons.
has clearly published the potential dangers of canned knowledge. I don't like having to repeat things.
Yeah,
And
kind of knowledge
besides,
is the internet. It's fine.
I'm sure you wouldn't listen anyway. I just hope you understand that your actions are what fuels the smuggling of canned knowledge. If I ever catch you again, I will personally see to it that you are punished.
Take him to his mother.
All right, Traveler. I need to go now.
She'll know what to do.
Ha! You think you can scare me?
Traveler, why don't we go talk to Dory? She's got loads of connections and might be able to tell us something about all this. If Paimon
Yay.
remembers correctly, she's usually at the Palace of Alcazar's Array. Let's go!
Ah, yes. The place that Kaveh built for her because she paid him to. With his own money. Yeah, sure, I'll deal with the withering. Well, hello there.
Springboard! Flee!
Surrender! Through me, justice
Oh,
is
I don't want it.
Your penance is due! Guilty! Your penance is due! You stand condemned!
Okay. I know, summoned another mushroom. Come here, buddy.
Yield! Flee!
Do-do-do. Ooh.
Do your work! Hear my prayer!
Futile!
I'm going in!
Scatter!
Let's light it up! Adventure time!
Propagate!
Nowhere to run!
Ow.
Let's light it up! Flee!
Futile! Your sins weigh upon your soul! Guilty! Your penance is due!
There we go. Got the timing right.
Stay condemned! Guilty!
Everybody stand back!
Scatter!
Yield!
Surrender!
Let's light it up! Yeah! Flee!
Ow, ow.
Scatter!
Do your work! Grant us...
Futile!
Let's light it up!
Come over here, please, sir.
Flee!
Nowhere to run!
Yay. We did it. And I didn't need Barbara.
I'll keep this close.
Anyway. Come on, Sino, we need to go see a merchant about a thing. Excuse me. Dory.
I see, I see. So that's the latest scoop. Good thing you didn't rat me out. Otherwise, who knows where I'd have to be hiding to avoid attention.
Do you know who is smuggling the canned knowledge?
No idea. Sorry, I've already cashed out of the canned knowledge business. Huh? You mean you stopped selling it? That's right. With so much canned knowledge flooding the market, it was becoming impossible to fetch decent prices anymore. Besides, it seems that group of smugglers has practically taken over the market. It's a little rule of mine to never fight for a share of someone else's market. If I'm gonna make Mora, it's gonna be the lion's share. Plus, with regulations getting as tight as they are now, I figured I might as well just hang it up.
My headphones are starting to get crackly, and I don't know if I like that.
Well, not completely. Granted, I
Yeah.
don't know who's behind all the smuggling activity, but since you didn't sell me out, I'll let you in on what I do know. After all, those smugglers have really crossed the line, butting their way into the
She
market
is.
like that. I hope their
She's
luck
a scam
runs out
artist, it's
soon
fine.
so that I can take over. I mean, so that the industry can become more fairly regulated. Hey, you just want to make more business for yourself. Don't underestimate its value. Think about it.
We
You
bought
can
from
gain
her
all sorts of
in the main
knowledge while
story.
bypassing the troublesome process of
It's fine.
studying. Naturally, that makes it a product worth a high price. Of course, not everyone needs that kind of knowledge, but in a market as big as Sumeru, there is plenty of demand. Plus, the cost of production is relatively low, so even if dealers have to cover transportation costs, there's still an enormous profit to be made. Then why does the academia prohibit selling canned knowledge? Being
The
able to gain
internet.
complex knowledge and become a scholar with the snap of your fingers does sound like a dream, doesn't it? But everything in the world comes at a
Welcome to
price,
the internet.
right?
Have a look around.
Gaining knowledge is a complicated process.
My mic away from my
It
mouth for a
requires learning, thinking, and practice. Even when it comes to my own business, I have to go through a lot of preparation before I put anything out for sale. But with canned knowledge, one may simply skip all the hassle and get whatever they need to know immediately. That inherently leads to at least two potential problems. First, you'll accept the knowledge as factual without a second thought, and you'll find it very hard to forget. This means that if the knowledge is flawed, then it'll be very difficult to correct. And second, excess use of knowledge capsules over an extended time diminishes your ability to think. You'll end up becoming like a library that can only store knowledge. Oh, that does sound pretty dangerous. Traveler, you used canned knowledge before. Did you feel any negative effects?
Paimon, we only used it the one time, and
Of course, using it sparingly is not an issue, which is exactly why I used to sell it. It's just like how medicine can be used to cure diseases, but can also
Chat
do harm when
GPT?
overused.
I don't know what that
It
is.
all comes down to balancing the right amount. Anyway, back to the point. There'll be consequences if the sale of canned knowledge by those smugglers is left unchecked. And what's worse, you're playing right into their hands by focusing only on the canned knowledge that's made its way into the market. As far as I know, their real purpose is to distribute
I don't know.
information about the Court of Desolation. That's where the real business opportunity is. The Court of Desolation? What's that? Rumor has it that it's a site of ruins from the age of King Deshret. It's said that with the
Again, we
treasures
only use
inside,
in game.
one
We
can
only
see
used
beyond
canned knowledge
life
the
and
one
death.
time,
But any research of the ruins is strictly banned by the academia.
and it only improved our
Word on the street is that there'll be an auction taking place in the
Combat
desert.
prowess by like
They're auctioning
0.2%
rare
or something like
knowledge,
that.
some of which is related to the Court of Desolation. Once I heard about the auction,
Now in
I
Skyrim,
began to suspect that all the canned
Skoom's
knowledge popping
good.
up on the market is just a diversion.
Not supposed to
wager
be,
that
because
their
it's
real target
technically supposed to be
is the
crack,
Court
but
of
like...
Desolation.
Oh, I have no thoughts on it, because I don't use it. Like, I don't particularly care. Yeah. Yeah, I don't particularly care too much about ChatGPT. Because it's not really affecting me right now. And technically, things like that have been around for a while anyway. I mean, there was the Eevee bot, and then there was the other one where you could input uh the Ben Drown creepypasta stuff into it, and it would give you like interactions like he was actually talking to you. So no, because there's always gonna be a difference between things AI can create and things people can create. There's always going to be that disconnect there. So I'm not too worried about it. And if they do get AI working, then we can just have like working like normal people. Then we're just one step closer to the Star Trek future. And then we can just, you know, like free living with robots and stuff. It's either that or we're gonna deal with a Detroit looking future where there's a civil war between robots and humans. So there's a 50-50 coin slot there. I'm really hoping for Star Trek, because Star Trek future sounds awesome. I want to fly around in space and have that be my job and have them give me food. Like, that's free food, free housing, stuff like that. Then humans are going to go extinct, and then the original realm of AI is going to go extinct, and then it's going to go on like that for centuries until eventually the world just decides it's going to die.
Because studying those ruins is not just a simple matter. It requires knowledge spanning several fields. So, if they're aiming to quickly assemble a research team, canned knowledge would be the best solution. As for the auction, chances are they're trying to attract and scout out anyone with interest or expertise on the subject. On the other hand, no one can say for sure that they will ever succeed in finding the Court of Desolation. So,
Either that or we're
they
gonna have
might
like
as
an
well just make a
SCP
fortune
situation
while
where
they're
we
at
go
it,
under
by hyping up the related canned knowledge at the auction.
to where you have to go to the slab that's under Yellowstone National Park and just
We might find
reset.
some there. That's right. And now that I've shared all that valuable info with you, it's time to introduce our limited edition desert travel kit.
Oh my gosh, she's
It comes
adorable. I
complete
love
with a
her.
map straight to the auction location.
I have her
As I
on my other account.
I also have to make preparations before I sell things, right? Now, let me consider how much I should sell this for. I've got it! 500,000 mora per kit! That's quite the bargain. We'll even offer a
Yeah.
50% discount for little Paimon's travel kit. Only 250,000
They'll just be like,
Mora.
we don't like our creators. We're just gonna go over to this
Super
other
expensive.
pocket dimension. We're gonna create our
No
own
need to
pocket
worry,
dimension. We're
little
gonna
one.
live there.
Sino's the one heading this
I'd love that
investigation,
to
isn't he?
be something
I'll
that
be sure to bill
happens.
all the expenses to
But
him.
I don't think that's gonna
All
happen. I think
you'll
the
need to
world's
do
gonna
is
end
tell
before
him to
that
go to the
happens.
Merchants Guild and pay the bill once the mission is completed. Just, be
All it's gonna
sure to
take
not
is
send
for
him
Yellowstone to
directly here,
go,
though,
and we're all gonna be gone.
That would leave me complete. I'm sure the General
At least
Mahamudra
everybody
of
in
the
America is.
Academia would never leave
North
any
America.
debt unpaid. And I can only imagine the funds he's allocated for investigations.
Okay, Dory, you're getting boring. Shut up.
We'd better get
She's
going.
adorable, but I
Dory keeps
don't have the
that
patience.
Ruby out of Mora.
It's okay. I'm sure my devices are done with my BS already. Because I hardly use my phone for communicating with other people, and I hardly use my computer for anything other than gaming. So hey Sino, it's me, Sino. Sino, you were waiting for me.
Sino! We got news for you. What the smugglers are really after is a chance to research the Court of Desolation.
I loved that scene from
They're
the
hosting
Windbloom
an auction
Festival,
in the desert to sell canned knowledge about
where
those
we're
ruins.
where we're playing as
The Court of
Sucrose and
Desolation.
Kale looking for Lisa in the library.
I won't ask how you came by this intel.
My favorite type of
But
pun.
is it reliable?
That's all you have to go on for the moment.
We also heard that the Court of Desolation contains
Headphones.
treasures from the
Please
time
stop
of
being
King
buzzy.
Deshret. Is that true?
Partially. It was a secret place built by a dark sect from the age of King Deshret. The ruins do contain treasures, but the place is also rife with unknown dangers. According to past research, one must forfeit their life as the price of entering. They are not some ordinary ruins, so the Academia has strictly prohibited any related research. However, if they are using the canned knowledge as a way to move information and recruit researchers, then I suppose your conclusion does hold some validity. Less in
Okay.
recent years, but there are always those who attempt to do so, both inside and outside the Academia. After all, legends claim that
I love
whoever
that his
obtains
hat
the
has
treasures inside
piercings,
can
but
see
he
beyond
doesn't.
life and death, or even
Sorry, his hood.
resurrect the dead.
It's a cowl.
Death is often the greatest grievance for many people. Though they're fully aware that the chance of these rumors being true are slim, they hold tight to such fantasies and pursue them regardless. That's why some continue to research it, regardless of it being a restricted subject. On top of that, it's hard to track the source of information contained in canned knowledge. Do you know where the auction is taking place?
We do.
Good. We'll go investigate. But before that, we'll have to get rid of these people tailing us.
Okay, sir.
Huh? People tailing us?
That's right. Let's begin to leave town and see what happens. I'm sure they'll reveal themselves as soon as we make a move. Don't worry. I'll make short work of them.
That's Sino for ya. But we can lend a hand too, you know.
Maybe. There'll be like D&D tattoos. Like D&D, yeah, D&D related tattoos and like Yu-Gi-Oh related tattoos. Cause you know, he a nerd. Not saying that I wouldn't go for those types of tattoos, but like, I can see it.
Hold it right there. Heading to the desert, are we? I would think twice if I were you.
Oh, don't worry, we're about to fight. I'm gonna
That
throw
doesn't
hands.
matter. All you need to know is that
I'll put my
someone
hair up.
wishes to inform
I'm
you
gonna throw
that
hands.
it's not too late to turn back.
Your mom's not too late to turn
You
back.
must be Sino. I've heard a lot about you. You've got quite a reputation. But this time you're in over your
You
head.
can always abort
Unless you
mission.
turn around right now, I'm afraid that even you won't return unscathed. And as for you two, why bother sticking your noses in trouble that doesn't even concern you? Hmm?
Your mom
That's right! We won't just sit back and do nothing!
would have been my actual response
Have
to
you
that
really
question
thought it through?
if
You're
I were
not
the
just
traveler
doing
in
this
that
for
case.
recognition, are you, Sino? My employer said that he's willing to compromise as long as you just walk away. He could, for example, reduce the amount of canned knowledge on the market.
Okay, I'm gonna
I'm
freak
sure
my
that would
computer
help your
out. I'm
investigation
gonna unplug it
appear
for
to
a
be
moment.
successful enough. On top of that, he's willing to give you a cut of the profit. So you see, you get both Mora and a boost to your
I
reputation.
think that's what he wants.
I can't think of a reason why you would pass that up.
Is that so? Well, I can't think of a reason why I'd accept. I've heard enough. Get out of my way.
Sorry, no can do. We're getting paid to ensure
My
you
computer didn't
disappear.
like that.
Since you won't turn
It's
back
gonna be laggy
willingly,
for me for a
then
bit.
we're gonna have to make you go back.
Happy to oblige.
Oh. Oh no. Oh no, I need the power supply back plugged in. I made a flaw. Do not unplug the computer before you don't unplug the laptop before right before combat. It does not work out very well.
Scatter! Spring forth!
Your mom's not welcome here.
Let's light it up lighter they never miss! Teamwork is dreamwork!
Judgment is upon you.
Ow.
Well played.
Propagate!
Oh, well, we did it.
Ugh, this doesn't change anything. You're in over your head, Sino. There will be others coming for you. You'll regret it.
No urine over your head. Santa knows everybody's
Let's
mom.
get out of here.
How else does he dole out punishment?
No need. Even if we apprehend them, there'll be little information to
It just
gain.
started lagging really bad. I was like, oh no, it's almost as
Besides,
bad as what I'm fighting on
It
my
might also
phone.
be a trap.
I have tried to play on my
apologize for
phone.
bringing
It's
you
not
into
fun.
this dangerous mess. Just
Extremely
being
laggy. Not good.
associated with me will inevitably cause you to become targets as well. You should be careful from now on. Sleep with one eye open.
Wait, hold on! There's no way anyone could sleep without closing their eyes!
Arataki Ito.
Right?
You'd be surprised. Anyway, just be careful. Mercenaries are never quick to forget. In their line of work, even a single failure is bad for reputation. They may even stay hidden in some dark corner for a very long time. Yes. I remember it like it was yesterday.
Because it
I
was.
was carrying out a mission with one of my superiors. I didn't have much experience at the time, and I let my guard down after we had closed the case. We ended up being attacked by the remainder of the mercenaries. My superior was injured while protecting me, and we struggled to gain control of the situation. I've become more vigilant ever since, staying alert even while I sleep.
Whoa! Who could have seen that coming? Was he okay?
He survived with a fractured wrist. It took 2 months for him to recover. But luckily, there weren't any further complications. Last year, he transferred to an administrative role for personal reasons, and no longer participates in live missions. His name is Taj Radkani, a very well-respected Matra. You'll have the chance to meet him someday.
Okay.
Anyway, our mission will be dangerous. I'm already used to such grueling conditions, but I don't want to see you two get hurt.
Don't worry, Paimon will stay alert. We'll see coming a mile away.
We've also experienced a lot of sticky
Good.
situations.
Don't worry. It won't be long till we're at the bottom of this. And once this is all over,
Because
I'll
Paimon
sweep
doesn't keep
away
watch
any
and I
other hidden
never
dangers.
sleep. How nice of them to do this for us. Oops. Oh, hey! A thing I haven't gotten yet. Hi, friend. Beetle. I love that you can climb cactuses in this game.
So hot. If only there was some shade for us to cool off under.
Maybe we should
We
take a
still
break.
have a long way to go, so you'll need to hang in there for a while longer. This is not a good place to rest anyway.
Okay. But don't you feel hot too, Sino?
Of course, but I'm accustomed to these conditions.
Care to share any tips? Paimon's about to melt away.
Just try to stay focused. Use your willpower to support your mind. The moment you start to give in is when you'll feel more tired. Take one step after another. Don't let your mind perceive your body's limitations. We must get somewhere safe before we can relax.
Okay, if you say so. But where would be a more safe place to rest? Paimon thinks this is a perfectly safe place to stop.
Paimon.
Just look around. It's just sand and desert. There aren't any monsters for miles around. Whoa! Where did these scorpions come from?
Watch out. Something's not right about them.
Ow, ow. Oh, the pain. That hurts so bad.
Yield. We shall prevail.
Whatever shall I do? I did it. You're so scary.
Paimon really didn't expect to see those here.
Those weren't just normal scorpions. See? There are marked numbers on their pincers. They were raised by someone. Someone doesn't want us to show up at the auction. These scorpions were sent to keep us away. We are surrounded by desert as
little
far as the eye
puppies.
can see.
My
If we were killed out
headphones
here,
are still getting.
nobody would ever know.
This place is super dangerous. Good thing we didn't let our guard down.
Something's not right. There are no roads in the desert, so how could they know where we are? Stay still.
I mean, technically, we were in the middle of a war zone at one point.
Here's the answer. They must have planted this on you.
Huh? What is it?
A miniature tracking device made by the Ksharwar. They can use this to discern your approximate location. But this device wasn't licensed for mass production. Where did they get it? Could someone from the Ksharwar also be involved? But that doesn't seem right.
Whoa! Paimon never knew that kind of thing even existed. Why would it be on her?
They probably planted it on the Traveler during our fight with the mercenaries earlier.
I'm
It was
sorry.
a frantic fight. It's only natural you didn't notice the device.
Well, good thing you were able to find it, Sino. Now let's
I
get
just
rid
love
of it.
that when you're babysitting Tooser, no matter which
No.
traveler you choose,
Hold on to
they'll
it for
always
now.
be like, "Why are you
It might
being?
still be useful
Why
for
are you
us.
gonna fight the nice
Let's keep
lady?"
heading to the auction. It would be dangerous to linger here any longer.
makes me laugh every time.
They're back again! How many of them are there?
Yes.
Do your work.
Nowhere to run.
Let's light it up. Everybody stand back.
There's the scorpion.
Flee.
Ow. Rude.
Through me, justice is served.
Let's light it up.
Come here. Ow. Rude little mushrooms attacking me. I was just walking.
Do your work.
Right?
Nowhere to run.
But that got me when I first played the child story quest. Because when I first played it, on my other account I have Ether and not Lumine. So
Is this where the action is?
so standing there as Ether when Teacher goes, why are you gonna fight the nice lady? I'm like, hold up. I mean, I get Ether's kind of girly, but
Yeah, not a single soul. Maybe they're on break right now or something.
what
We
with his
didn't waste
crop
any
top
time
and long
getting here
hair.
after we defeated those mercenaries. They shouldn't have been able to
kidding,
give
I'm
any
kidding.
warning of our arrival. But even so, they still
He just,
knew we were coming.
like Lumine flirts with everybody he meets.
Someone here must have been watching
It's
the tracker
hilarious.
and warned everyone to clear out.
Aw, what should we do now?
We searched the area. They couldn't have moved all the knowledge capsules so quickly.
Uh-huh.
There might still be something left for us to find.
All right, let's take a good look around the area.
Footprints. So to be like, don't matter.
Did you find anything?
No, nothing in particular.
It's possible there weren't many knowledge capsules containing info about the Court of Desolation, so they carried those off. But don't worry, I have another idea. You come back and meet me here after some time has passed. I'm sure something will come up by then. They packed up in a hurry and didn't have time. Once they think we've left the premise...
Oh, Paimon. Okay, we'll start ahead.
Yes, and don't worry.
Alright, well, have fun with your food. I ate right before I actually started the stream. It was boring and relatively bland. And I got the chest. Oh, I don't know if I liked that. The simulation is crashing.
Ugh, so tired. We've probably gone far enough now, right?
Yeah, it's far enough.
Yay. Let's rest for a little while before we go back to find Sino.
Time to cast 2
It's
fireballs and
probably
rest
about
again.
time for us to head back to the auction. Let's go. Maybe Sino's finally found some leads.
Okay. Notice how if you don't mess with the scorpions too much, they don't really attack you back.
Yield! Futile!
Roasted scorpion.
Like a lamb to the slaughter.
Okay. Don't worry, just cook some food real quick.
Lucky today!
Germinate! Do your work! Hear my... Go in! Propagate!
Where do you
Your sins weigh upon your soul. You stay condemned.
That's close enough.
Scatter! Yield!
Nowhere to run!
I'll put on another wall.
Let's light it up! Ha! Do your worst!
Yay!
I hope you can find some use for these.
Got a recipe for a wall. Calls for flour, and sugar, and bread.
Oh, looks like Sino caught someone. So you're the bad guy behind all this, aren't ya? All right, tell Paimon everything you know.
Does he have an important
I
role in
didn't
the
act
auction?
immediately when he showed up. Rather, I laid low and observed for a while instead. He is not the primary instigator, But he is most likely one of the more important dealers here. Am I right?
Yes, impressive. You certainly live up to your reputation, Sino. If I had any idea you were still around, I wouldn't have gotten so greedy.
Huh? Greedy? What do you mean by that?
Once everyone knew
Paimon.
you were coming, all the canned knowledge dealers abandoned their goods and fled at once. Obviously, there wasn't time to pack up everything. Since all the goods were just left here unsupervised, I thought I'd use the opportunity to come back and take what I could. You know, free merchandise is good business, but I suppose there's no use explaining it now.
You must know who's manufacturing and selling the canned knowledge, correct? Will you tell us willingly? Or do I need to make you talk?
No, I'll talk. But before that, perhaps we can take the conversation elsewhere? If we stay here, chances are that someone will see me with you. That would put both me and my family in danger.
All right. Where do you suggest we go?
How about my home in Aru Village? It should be safe there.
Oh, dang.
Fine. Let's head out. You can throw away the tracker now, Traveler.
Listen, buddy, you better not try to trick us.
Come on now. Do you really think I'd try to pull anything under Sino's watch? Seriously, what can I even do?
I got a nut. I found a nut. Hey, so can I have some more meat?
Scatter!
Thank you. This is how I walk sometimes. Um, keep getting that. That sometimes ropes are solid. Child, I smell child.
Dad, you're back! Oh, we have guests? Hi there.
This is my daughter, Seeming. She can be a little shy of strangers. Why don't you run along now, dear? Dad needs to talk with our guests.
Oh, okay.
Everyone knows Sino in our business, but let me ask, who are you two?
Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler.
To be honest, I really didn't expect to see Sino, the lone operator, working with any partners. When I saw the tracker start moving away, I assumed you had decided to just go back empty-handed. But even though you caught me, I'd still urge you to stop while you still can. You should abandon this investigation.
Why's that?
Everything from the manufacturing of canned knowledge to the sales and even splitting the profits. Every step of the process involves dozens, if not hundreds of people. Massive profits have brought everyone together in this business. Everyone will try their best to defend this industry
sounds
that
about
we've
right.
worked to build. It will be a long and difficult fight, even for you, Sino. And even if you manage to win in the end, no one will thank you. If anything, you yourself might
I know
even
I
feel
fed my
remorse.
pets, my children
Why are
earlier,
you so bent on putting us out of business?
and by that I mean
Everyone
my
has
cats.
their own reasons for what they do. I don't have to explain mine.
Here's some tea, Dad. And for the guests, too.
Aw, this good child.
Right. I forgot to offer tea to our guests. Thank you.
Don't mention it. And, I should tell you that our tea tastes kind of bitter, but I put some sugar in to make it a little tastier.
That's my girl. Do we still have any sugar left? If not, I'll buy some more next time.
Yes, we do. Okay. I'm gonna go have a rest now.
Didn't you say that everyone's in it for the massive profits? That sure doesn't seem to be the case for you.
Actually, that's what I wanted to talk to you about.
We would have more than 2 cats because they're
was
adorable
hoping
and we love them
to ask
in
you
this
for a
household.
favor.
But
My daughter was born
unfortunately,
with a
this
chronic
household
disease,
is an apartment
so she
and
has
they
a
only allow us to
relatively
have
weak
2 small
heart and
pets.
lungs. Even slightly strenuous exercise can cause her to faint
So we're stuck with
and
my
prove to be a life-threatening risk. That's why she never really had any friends to
13-year-old
play with, and
spoiled
why she
brat.
locks herself up in her room most of the time.
And
she
my
has to take lots of
mom's
medicine.
like
and
2
it
or
doesn't come cheap.
3-year-old.
As for me, I was
Somehow
just an
even more
average
spoiled
merchant.
brat.
I would wake up early and travel all around to make a profit. But the Mora was
They're
still
spoiled.
nowhere near enough.
Doesn't mean that I don't love my
I can
cat,
only watch
though.
my daughter's health deteriorate day by
He's
day.
a good boy when he
Until
wants to
one
be.
day, someone reached out and showed me a way to really make a profit.
And he likes to lay
Selling
on my
canned
face, and it's
knowledge.
nice.
That's right. With all the Mora I made, I could finally afford medical treatment for my daughter. Nothing made me happier than seeing her get better. There are many others like me. Smuggling canned knowledge might seem like an unforgivable crime to you, but to us, it's a means of survival. I wanted to tell you all this so that maybe you could understand and change your mind. Please, stay out of this, Sino. Give us a way to survive.
Oh no. That means that if we prevent the sale of
I must get to the truth. I can find someone to help treat your child, but I cannot turn a blind eye to the smuggling.
I can't
These
say
are two
anything. I
completely
am the
different
younger
issues.
sister in my family,
I somehow knew you would say that. But having your word
and I'm
to help my daughter
simultaneously
is enough
spoiled
for
and
me.
not at the same time. It's a weird mix.
Since you insist on continuing the investigation, you should have a look around the back of my home. You'll find some goods I received just recently. I think everything will become clear to you once you see them.
Whoa.
Right.
Look at all of this.
Ooh, purple.
Yes, all neatly packed away and organized in boxes. To think that this is only one dealer's worth. Small producers couldn't possibly support such a large quantity of goods. Could the academia have a hand in this? But such a volume of goods wouldn't be able to slip through inspection.
Nap time.
Look. These seem different from the other knowledge capsules we've seen. Maybe they contain knowledge about the Court of Desolation.
Yes, that would make sense. Wait, what's this?
Yeah, kind of same, but the reason why I say kind of spoiled, kind of not is because growing up, didn't really get a lot for my birthdays. But for Christmas, I usually got a shit ton of stuff. Still continues that way too, but it's mostly just because they'll see something that they know I like,
Yes,
and
it's a mantra.
they'll just
indicating
Don't forget
the
that they
goods
bought
have
me
passed
something
Matra
already,
inspection.
so they'll buy another thing for me.
I started to suspect that someone in the academia
So
might be
I
involved
would
when
end
I
up with a
found
big
the
pile of
tracker
stuff, and
earlier.
it's like,
But how they
it's not
could
my
ship
fault you
so
keep
much
forgetting that
canned
you guys
knowledge
bought
out of
stuff
the
for me for
academia was
Christmas
still a
already.
mystery. The pieces have now all fallen into place. With this
It
Matra seal,
happens
goods can leave
every
the
year,
academia without
almost.
undergoing
Sometimes
a
it's not
second
me, though.
inspection.
Sometimes it's one of my brothers.
No wonder they don't want me to investigate. It turns out that a Matra is behind this. Even I find it hard to believe. Could I ask you for a favor, Traveler? Since all
Sure.
this canned knowledge came from the academia, then it's highly likely that the knowledge regarding the Court of Desolation
Yeah.
originated from research files stored within the academia.
So,
If
like,
we can
I'm fully
enter the
aware
repository,
that I
we can
have had
find out who
chances to be
accessed
a
these
spoiled
files.
brat, but
But considering
really.
my current status,
I've been humbled one
if I
too many
suddenly
times
show
in my
up at
life
the academia now,
to be considered a spoiled
it
brat.
will only draw unnecessary attention. You'll need to be the one who checks the records. I'll write a letter to Nabil, and he'll take you there.
Sure thing. Leave it to us.
I'll also keep working here in the meantime. Although our leads are all currently pointing to someone within the academia, it's obvious that they also have power outside of it. We can get more information on other dealers from Bahari.
Okay. It was you in the fire with the dumbbell. Okay. I've played Clue before. Hi, Sid.
Hello, we meet again. Have you managed to find Sino? If so, how's he doing? I read the letter and must admit that I hadn't
Right.
expected things to be so serious.
No.
Sorry.
The
Had
only
I
one who
known
was
it would be
allowed
so
to act
dangerous,
spoiled
I
at
never
all
would've
was my
gotten you
older
two
sister.
involved.
It's alright. We wanted to help Sino too.
And even then, she's been humbled
I
plenty
can
of
tell that he
times.
really trusts you. The research files stored away in the restricted repository are far from ordinary. Everything there is essentially about dangerous research that's forbidden by the academia. Even I don't usually have authorization to enter, but
We're
with
too
this letter from
self-aware to be
Sino,
spoiled in this
it
house.
should- that's
so,
right.
or in this family.
Granted, the academia is very supportive when
least
it comes
most
to
of us
research.
are.
They encourage
Some of my
scholars to conduct
cousins,
all kinds of
they
studies.
cannot be helped.
However, some forms of research have proven to be so dangerous that the Matra have to step in and put a stop to them. Normally, after some particular research becomes prohibited, majority of the related files will be destroyed. But some information may be retained as a record to warn later researchers. Such information is kept in the restricted repository, which is heavily guarded. Follow me, I'll show you. Hopefully, we'll find the answers that Sino is looking for.
The restricted repository. Sounds kinda dangerous. We'd better keep an eye out.
It's funny is that the biggest example of spoiled brat in my family is one of my older cousins. Because she was spoiled. And she is a bit of a social butterfly as well, so she's when she went off to go
I
to college,
understand.
she went to do
Since Sino is vouching for you,
she started
I
doing a
suppose
bunch
we
of
can trust
stuff
you.
to try and be
You may browse
popular
the
with
information
a
regarding
bunch
the
of
Court of
different people at
Desolation.
once, and it's like,
Ask me
no,
if you have any
no,
questions.
that's not how that works.
But I'd suggest avoiding any other
Pick a
research
group.
files.
Stick with the group.
Sometimes the less you know, the better.
Huh. So this is the restricted repository. I never thought I'd see the inside
She know
of
she
it.
was engaged at one
This
point.
is a first for both
She was
you
planning
and
this
me.
huge, overly expensive wedding. And both her mom and her dad were like, we're not paying for that. It's like, no. They paid for your college, they're not gonna pay for you to have like this big fancy wedding that you want.
There are many who do not openly converse with others within the academia. But even so, there are very few who I feel could be trusted with a real secret. Sino happens to be one of them. Even though he's no longer in the academia, I still trust him.
There are plenty of us that
And
aren't
goes
really
for
social
anyone
in
he
my
trusts as
family,
well.
but
The files are over
I'm
there.
like the least
Just make it
social
quick.
because I don't really like to talk to people too much. I don't have any friends outside the family. Like my brothers, if they were to talk to anybody at work, they'd have work friends. But me, no, I don't. I could look at literally everything before looking at this. I think I'll just look at this though. Stay on topic. I'm not reading that.
Whoa.
It's a lot of words.
There's a lot to read here. Have you found anything yet? Huh. It reminds Paimon of Sino's former partner.
His former partner. That would be Taj Radkani. But you're not far off. Mortada Radkani was Taj's only son.
What? Taj's son went to prison for researching the Court of Desolation?
Why do you sound so surprised? You're a Matra, aren't you?
It's just that they arrested him in secret, so it was never publicly known. All I knew was that Taj's son was taken to prison. It's not just me. I bet even Sino didn't know about it.
My fancy razor headset's crackling on me.
Unfortunately, there isn't. He took his own life
not sure how to
long
feel
after he
about
went
it.
to prison. You've heard about Taj, right? I know Nabil has. Every Matra knows him. I would say he's probably pushing 50 this year, which makes him one of the most experienced Matra. He is a man of integrity and
Most
honesty,
experienced and also
and has made countless
that's relatively
achievements.
young.
His reputation goes back a long way now. He used to be Sino's only partner. Taj is also skilled with the polearm, so the two of them used to practice together when they weren't out on a mission.
Ah, right. I heard Sino mention that before. But one day, Taj suddenly decided to retire from active duty and transfer to an administrative position. I wonder if it had anything to do with the Mortada incident.
Taj was already very well known by the time Mortada was born. So when Mortada came to study at the academia, everyone had high expectations of him. He had to face a lot of pressure. Then he had an unpleasant dispute with his
50's
father.
young
But they
for
were
an old
eventually
person,
able to work
but,
things
you know.
out. Not long after they had reconciled, Mortada was caught studying the Court of Desolation, which is in violation of academia rules. Taj arrested his son and put him behind bars. He begged for leniency, but Taj wouldn't agree. Shortly after, Mortada slit his own throat with the pieces of a broken bowl. By the time Taj arrived at the scene, it was already too late. He never had a last chance to see his son. Since then, Taj has been periodically coming to the repository. He'll hold the files from his son's research with a remorseful look on his face. I guess that's why he chose to move to administrative work.
I had no idea that happened. That must be
Tomato
really hard for
sauce.
Taj. I've never heard him mention that to anyone.
That's awful. Paimon feels terrible now. Are you okay, Traveler?
You said he
Wait,
comes to the repository?
Don't tell me you're starting to suspect Taj now. Impossible. Taj would never do that. I mean, yes, he does have a big reputation and has access to such research, but this is Taj we're talking about.
Can't
He
rule
would
out
never
any
do anything against
possibilities
regulations. Never.
in an
But if
investigation.
you claim that the canned knowledge was
Until you
originating
have
from the
proof.
academia, then Taj is indeed a suspect. Because he was the only one who could have recently gone through research files about the Court of Desolation. There are so many files about those ruins that it would be difficult to restart any research, since the 7 original researchers were put behind bars. It's hard enough just trying to make sense of these files. However, if the files were made into canned knowledge, they could be understood immediately. By doing so, one could restart the research outside the academia without anyone ever noticing.
But even so...
According to the legends, the treasures inside the Court of Desolation could allow someone to see beyond life and death. Or even bring the dead back to life, right? So maybe Taj is trying to bring Mortada back. Though I don't really believe Taj would ever try to do something like that. I'm just telling you what I know. It's the job of the Matra to find the truth and track down criminals. Do you have any questions? If not, it'd be best if you would leave now.
Okay.
Paimon's kind of confused. What should we
Oh, now that I think about it, Sino suspected that there's no way so many boxes could ever get through without drawing any attention. Don't worry, Tosh.
Alrighty then, let's go ask around.
Now we can look at these. Now we can go. Okay. This way. Don't mind me, I'm just a little bit lost. I'm just a lot of it lost. I'm just lost.
Excuse me. Have you seen any large shipments of goods leaving the academia recently?
Huh. Well, yes, but isn't that pretty normal? The academia consumes so many resources each day. Everything from cooking ingredients, raw materials, even equipment for experiments. It's normal for goods to be coming in and out.
Right, but we're looking for shipments with a Matra seal. Have you seen any like that?
That I'm not too sure of. I normally wouldn't notice whether the goods have any seals or not. Maybe you should ask someone else.
Okay. By batter.
Excuse me. Have you seen any large shipments of goods leaving the academia recently?
No, not that I'm aware of. Perhaps you could ask someone else?
Excuse me. Have you seen any large shipments of goods leaving the academia recently?
Huh? Why do you ask?
I'm just checking to ensure nothing unusual has happened.
Well, I can't say it's unusual, but I did notice something. There's a Kashar researcher who's been making frequent shipments recently. Dozen of large boxes each time, if not more. When I asked him about it, he said they just contained a bunch of old worn-out machines. The Kashar used to often sell scrap machines to traveling merchants, so I didn't really think anything of it. But he's been making a lot of shipments lately. There weren't ever so many outdated machines before.
And you didn't find that suspicious? Why didn't you report it for inspection?
Well, the boxes were stamped with a Matra seal. Why should I bother? Of course, I did start to wonder about the seal once, thinking that maybe they forged it or something. But you know what happened? A man named Taj came here and told me that he'd already inspected the goods personally and ordered me to leave the researcher alone. I couldn't question his word, could I?
Possible. There must be some sort of mistake. There's no way Taj would ever...
Just calm down.
I won't believe it. Taj is an honorable man.
Innocent until proven guilty.
Frame him. Wait, I know another Matra who works with Taj. I can ask him to let us speak with Taj.
Sir. Hi.
as I've already told you, I don't have any way to contact Taj. A few Eremites showed up looking for Taj yesterday, and he met with them in his office. I was standing outside of the door, and I vaguely heard them say, "Found it." Before I realized it, the door opened, and Taj left with the group of them. I noticed that he had also changed into Eremite attire. But Taj didn't come to work today, so I've also started to feel a little concerned about the whole thing. If you'd like to speak with him, maybe you can try visiting his home. He lives just on the outskirts of Sumeru City.
A group of Eremites? Could Taj really be the one making all the canned knowledge?
I
No
love
way.
the outfits for
Taj
Sumeru.
is just like Sino. They're considered heroes among the Matra. There is no way that he would... Fine. Looks like there's no other choice.
Hey, don't let it get to you just yet. We'll get to the bottom of this once and for all.
It's an investigation. It's not a subjective thing. Remember, this is all Hatham's house. So I just technically stole from him. It's borrowing. It's borrowing. He won't get them back later, but we're borrowing them.
So, this is Taj's place.
Read.
There doesn't seem to be anyone here.
Well, what should we do then? Do we break in?
No.
No. Wait, the door's unlocked. Did Taj leave in a hurry? Well, anyway, we're still not sure if he's the real culprit. Probably
I made a
not
chicken
good
and
idea
veggie
to go
stir
in
fry
without
last
permission.
night. And because I currently can't have a lot of white rice and white bread, I had to eat just the stir fry itself. Because we only have white rice. So... there was a little bit too much water in there. But... so good. I wasn't expecting it to be that good. Because the veggies I used were broccoli, little red radishes, celery, a tomato, and some green onion.
You're right. Even if we apply for a warrant now, we won't be able to do anything until tomorrow at the earliest. This is an emergency.
It made me miss rice a little bit, but that's fine.
What's this?
My brothers can have all of the rice that they
Paper
want.
full of names written on it. Oh,
Though,
and a map.
the one brother,
Nabil, can you make any sense of this?
he told me he was... oh,
yes.
my sister and I made
This is
biscuits the other day.
definitely Taj's handwriting. These papers look like records. These are the transactions
He said that he was
between
going to
Taj
eat the
and some other
biscuits
people.
that we left in the
From the
fridge
look
for
of the
him
numbers, the
when he
scale
got
of
home
this
from work
smuggling
last
case
night.
is absolutely massive. The whole operation involves more than 300
He
people.
ate the food that I set
including
aside
dozens of
for him to
celebrities.
have
These
lunch
are
for
famous
work
scholars, merchants,
instead.
mercenaries? I have a feeling that Sino might be unaware of what he's up against. There's no way anyone could face such a large organization on their own.
I was so mad when I saw that. I was like, he could have just said that he didn't want the biscuits. He could have told me to make an extra serving. Oh. He's gonna eat the food that I set aside specifically for him to have lunch. He's probably gonna order something. He's probably gonna get fast food to have for lunch at work. It's fine.
You're right. That's just who he is.
It just made me so mad. I was
As
like,
for the map, It appears to indicate the location of
I
the Core of
cooked my
Desolation.
butt off for that.
Let's take it to Sino and let him decide how to proceed.
I cooked actual food and he made me so mad. Because it didn't turn out bad at all.
If Taj really has turned on his... I don't want to suspect him, but I also don't know him
That's
very
fine
well.
though.
Maybe Sino will know what to do.
It happens almost every time I cook, so
Alright,
doesn't
we'll
matter.
give these to Sino and see. Let's go!
Oh, that's 2,000 meters away. I'm not running that far. What I would have loved is if Sino's story quest had actually been, the Genius Invocation TCG related, as opposed to,
Taj. It's been a while since I last saw him.
related to the
From what I
trade,
remember,
but they needed to
he
wrap
is a
up
straight-laced man.
that minor
Although
plot
he
line.
would resort to extreme measures from time to time, he would never do anything against his beliefs.
So do you think he's the one behind all this?
I'm still not sure. I cannot imagine how devastating the incident with Mortada was for him. Nor can I deny the possibility that people can change. Whether it's out of love for his son or for other reasons, we have to see for ourselves to judge him. Or rather, the person he's become.
The evidence is stacked against
That's
him
right.
now.
It's clear that he had a hand in this case, yet he made no report of it. There's no doubting that. That's also why I need to see him. I must ask his reasoning and judge him myself. Time is ticking. Let's go.
Yum. I see that mushroom. I see it. I see it. Oh, another one.
Nowhere to run!
A familiar sight.
A new
No,
punching bag.
y'all didn't see me. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not here. Oh, the sleeping scorpions. There's a method to my madness.
Come with me.
So this is the Court of Desolation. Are there really any treasures buried here? Oh, Paimon's kinda nervous. Could it be dangerous?
Don't worry. You'll be safe with me.
Let the show begin.
Easy.
Look! These walls have definitely seen better days. Was there some sort of fight here? Let's keep going and see what we can find.
Scatter!
Let's dance.
Come on, we can do it.
The alien. Okay. Rotato potato.
Whoa! Is it just Paimon? Or did that passageway just rotate? It's not gonna start moving again, is it? Either way, we should be careful.
Yeah.
A passage! Hopefully that's our way in. That eye seems to be staring right at us. This place gives Paimon the creeps. You go first.
Potato rotata.
Nowhere to run!
Let the show begin.
To ashes!
Time to go.
I missed.
Surrender!
Scatter!
Hey. We won.
Ah, Sino. It's been some time since I've seen you last. I trust you are doing well. Seeing that you've made it all the way here, you must be on the cusp of wrapping up your investigation, I presume. Even faster than I expected. Is it because you have some new partners now?
That's right. This case is nearly closed. But the most important answer still eludes me. Was it all your doing? Smuggling the canned knowledge? The research of the Court of Desolation?
Yes, it was me.
Then explain why.
That's the difficult part. Let's just say I've changed. I've become a selfish coward who only wants to pursue his own interests.
I find that hard to believe.
Oh, really? Way I see it, every person will end up like me sooner or later. When you're young, you press forward, unattached, living solely for the justice in your heart. But as you begin to age, you start to become more cautious. You know many things are wrong, but still turn a blind eye to them. I was the same. I never questioned my actions until Murtada died. I could feel the justice that I once strived to uphold slowly crumbling in my heart. I was completely dedicated to all that I did, but as I grew older, I found myself feeling alone, miserable. Can you imagine what it feels like to not have the will to live, but not be able to die? Murtada was sent to prison by my own hands. I set myself on this painful path. My son hated me till the day he died, and now I must live with that pain and regret. I failed him as a father. But now I have a chance to make it right. A chance to reunite with him. The Court of Desolation. Here lies the key to overcoming life and death. The power to even bring the dead back to life.
So, did you already find what you needed here?
See this door behind me? Behind it lies the treasures that I seek. I'm so close, Sino. If only you hadn't arrived now, I could already have...
Enough conjecture. What has happened is already part of the past. You cannot bring the dead back to life. In the end, the treasures you seek are nothing but myths and legend.
Since you're so sure, why don't you just let me open the door and see then?
No. I sense danger behind that door. There will be dire consequences the moment you open it.
I beg you, as an old partner, can you let me fulfill my last wish just this once? Surely you get it by now. Doing your job without mercy will only drive people away from you. I'm the prime example.
I don't overthink things. If there is only one way for me to defend my principles, then that is the path I will take.
Oof.
Seems there's no convincing you. All right then. Let's see if your polearm skills have improved at all.
Let's go.
This power is mine.
Terminate! I'll protect us.
I will set things right no matter what.
Okay.
Your strength.
You feel it, don't you? I'm stronger than you remember. I gained new power when I entered the Court of Desolation. This is only a taste of it. Once I open the door behind me, this power will be complete.
Yeah,
Even
he's so
life
lost.
and death will have no grip on me.
Uh-oh. We have to stop this guy!
I won't let you open that door.
I wouldn't be so sure. I'm afraid it won't be easy to stop me now that you're injured. Or are you ready to sacrifice your life for this?
I'll do what I have to.
I still remember when we first became partners. You were always charging forward and putting your life on the line, just like now. Even after all this time, you still haven't changed.
You haven't changed either. You left that list of names and map in your house on purpose, didn't you? You wanted me to be able to find you here. All of this was just part of the act you were putting on. What happened just now was also part of your plan. You might have fooled those on the list, but you will not fool me. I had my suspicions from the beginning, but I couldn't be sure until we fought. If he really had changed, your fighting style wouldn't be as it was before.
Huh? What do you mean, Sino?
He never planned on opening the door. His true intention was...
What's happening?
Seems our time is running short. Let me make this quick then. After Mortada died, my spirit was crushed. For a long time, I was hoping this reality was just some terrible nightmare. I hoped I would just wake up and be able to see his smiling face again. That is when I was approached by someone who wished to collaborate and find the Court of Desolation together. I did some investigation of my own and discovered they were part of a massive organization. People from every walk of life are involved. They are relentless in their search, pouring countless mora into secret research, even sacrificing lives in hopes that the Court of Desolation would appear.
No wonder banning the research wasn't enough. A full-scale operation was already in motion.
I'm a flesh and blood human like anyone else, so I obviously hesitated and considered it. The thought of bringing my son back tugged at my heart, but in the end, I came to my senses. I knew that I could not let myself go down that path. I suddenly came to a realization amidst my suffering. The Court of Desolation, a place that once drove people to tragedy, was still doing so, even centuries later. As long as this place exists, people will recklessly seek it out, just as Mortada did, generation after generation, regardless of the cost. Let it be buried beneath the sand forever. Once the Court of Desolation is gone, there will no longer be anyone obsessed with seeking it out.
Oof.
That's right. I acted as if I had abandoned my convictions just so that they would cooperate without raising any suspicion. This was the only way I could find and
That is a
destroy
cute
this
day.
place. But that wasn't enough. I needed someone I could trust to bring the organization to justice. The academia forbids the
Some
research
golden
of
eggs.
the Court of Desolation, so they would never approve my plan in the first place. To add to the problem, the organization is so powerful that they even have members working within the academia. If I wished to destroy the organization, I couldn't just count on the academia alone.
So, you pretended to be the one behind all this, as a test for me.
Yes. I'm sorry, but now I am assured. You haven't changed at all. You are still as you always were, fearless, and making no compromise. Anyway, this place is collapsing. You must leave now.
Wait! Aren't you leaving too? There are still loads of bad guys to catch outside!
His fate is already sealed. There is no life left inside him. He is like a... You planned it all from the very beginning, didn't you? risking being treated as a traitor to collaborate with them. Sacrificing your own life to open and destroy the Court of Desolation.
Regardless, I made a grave mistake by allowing the smuggling and the research of this place. Let this be the final judgment on myself. I was always so busy with work that I never made time to fulfill Mortada's wishes. Finding this place was his biggest wish. Since I'll be reuniting with him here, I can only hope he won't have anything more to hold against me. I'll leave all those people on the list to you. Sorry for all the trouble I've caused.
There's nothing to be sorry for. We are partners. If you see Mortada, send him my greetings. Goodbye, old friend.
Aww. Yeah, we're doing a sad one today. Good thing it's ending.
Dad, why are they so strict with me? I'm always the only one who gets in trouble.
Just leave me alone! Don't worry, I won't damage your precious reputation.
Alright, Dad. Let's start over. By the way, I finally found an area of research I wish to pursue. Why can't you show even a little leniency? Why?
Because we are Matra.
Yay. We survived and watched that cutscene.
The Court of Desolation has...
Just as Taj said, that place had caused too many disasters and tragedies. Being buried in quicksand is its rightful end. To them, as long as there's Mora to be made, they will disregard the Academia's rules, whether it's the Court of Desolation or anything else. Their only goal is to make massive profits off of dangerous research. Taj may have set them back with the Court of Desolation, but it won't be long before they continue searching for another target. That's an opportunity that I will not let them have.
We'll help too.
Thank you, but you've already done enough. Just leave the rest to me. I will bring them to justice myself. Besides, I promised you that I would sweep away any potential danger. So, that's what I'm going to do. Wait for me at Caravan Rebop 4 days from now.
Okay. And 4.
We meet again. Thank you so much for all your help.
Nabil, what are you doing here?
convicts from the desert are being escorted through Caravan Ribat, so I'm here to keep an eye on things. This should be the last group of them, so I'll be heading back to the Academia once they're cleared.
So it's a
The last
situation.
few days have been quite the ride, but fortunately, I can say with confidence that this case is finally coming to an end. At first, the mercenary groups on the list were putting up quite a fight. They made several desperate attempts to cover up the truth. However, Sino crossed the desert and took out their main camp overnight. After that, people on the list started to put pressure on the higher-ups within the Academia. Everyone was on edge, and the case came to a standstill.
And? Then what happened?
Well, then we received word that Taj Rudkani had sacrificed himself on the case. The news really stirred up the members of our ranks. The Matra then moved together against the enemy. We cleared out the traitors from within the Academia and arrested all the researchers on the list. Some of them managed to get out of the Academia, but still failed to escape. The scattered criminals were captured by Sino all across Sumeru. I even heard that someone was about to escape to Fontaine, but was still apprehended just at the border. Having more than 300 prisoners apprehended for interrogation has definitely shaken things up recently.
Is Sino alright? He didn't get injured, did he?
He seems fine, but nobody knows the real situation. He brought over 300 suspects to judgment all on his own. Among them were even some of our former colleagues. Not just the criminals are afraid of him. Even we start feeling a little nervous when he's around now. But even if we start feeling all self-conscious, thinking if we've done anything wrong, we're still always honored to have Sino around. By the way, are you guys here to see Sino? I think I just saw him walking in that direction when I was on watch nearby. He was walking with someone I didn't recognize, and then before I knew it, they were nowhere to be seen. If you happen to see him, please send my regards.
Sure thing, Nibiel. You be careful too. Don't let any of those bad guys escape.
Don't worry about me. If anything happens, you can find
Oh,
me at
that's
the
right,
Academia
Tonari's here.
anytime. Farewell then.
Well, it's unavoidable. Well, it's kind of avoidable.
Trying to single-handedly bring
it's fine.
300 people to justice must feel pretty exhilarating. But I can assure you this is certainly not the best solution.
I'm aware.
Tis just a voice.
However, I learned something unexpected during interrogation. Apparently, someone had enticed Mortada Radkani into becoming interested in researching the Court of Desolation. Mortada had lived in his father's shadow all his life. Naturally, he wanted to conduct research that would seem groundbreaking and significant. After Mortada died, the organization tried to use Taj's shame regarding his son to add him to their ranks, toying with others' minds, treating lives like dirt, and doing anything for their own interests. This makes me angry.
Fine, I understand. This is a type of trap I've been working on which uses plants. Here, take some just in case you need them next time. If thrown into the mud, the trap will grow rapidly and disperse a pollen that has a paralyzing effect. I don't have much use for the traps these days, but maybe you will and can help me collect more testing data.
Sino! Tainari! Oh, so Tainari must be who Nabil saw earlier. Are you also here to see Sino?
That's right. Sino asked me to collect some medicinal herbs to treat a girl named Simin.
Yeah.
I also dropped by just to check for any injuries. He seems to be fine physically, but he looks a little more lonely than I remember. And Sino, relax. You don't always have to look so serious, you know? Why don't you play more Genius Invocation TCG? Kale has always been a little wary of you, and your stern expression certainly isn't helping.
How is Kale these days?
She's grown a bit taller, but her grades could use some improvement. She still made many mistakes on her last test, even after I had marked all the important content in the book for her. After some time, I plan on having her go outside more. It just so happens that I have something she can help me with.
Huh? You mean Kale is leaving Avidia Forest? What happened?
I've asked her to host some ad hoc lectures to teach the dangers of canned knowledge, as well as how to use it safely. Although we've apprehended all the criminals behind the recent smuggling case, there are many people who are still curious and seek after canned knowledge. So I decided to ask her to work on increasing knowledge and awareness on the topic. Please be sure to keep an eye on her.
I will.
If anything else happens, the three of you can find me in the Avidya Forest. Take care.
I've already caught those who were preparing to attack you in secret. Even if some criminals did slip through our fingers, they wouldn't know that you were involved in the case. So you can relax.
But what about you, Sino?
Remember, only you
It's
can
still not
increase
time for me to
internet
rest yet.
awareness.
Those who died have fulfilled their wishes, but those who are alive must continue pressing forward. I've been thinking about what Taj said in the Court of Desolation these last few days. His words were not empty. People do change, and no belief can completely resist the erosion of time. I just hope my own change will come slowly, so that I can press on a little further. That way, those who see me as their superior, and those who are following in my footsteps, will learn courage from my example, just as I gained courage from my own superiors and my partner. I'll be fine.
Happy.
I'm also enjoying my chat with you right now, you know. There are many things I feel better about once I start to talk about them. Many people want to go to the desert to offer condolences for Taj, but I didn't share details with anyone. I'd prefer to avoid revealing the location of the Court of Desolation. One day, I'll gather some flowers that grow in arid desert conditions. And then, I was hoping you'd join me in planting them on the remains of the Court of Desolation.
That sounds like fun.
By the way, something strange happened a few days ago. A merchant approached me and requested that I cover the cost of a desert travel kit. 1,250,000 mora. I didn't remember owing anyone mora, especially not that kind of amount. So I arrested the merchant on charges of provocation and disturbing the peace. Do you know anything about this?
Nope. Paimon has no idea what that could be.
I love that. Anyway, I gotta go back to Leo so I can go back to finding the joculi. Got all the ones in this area. Ish. I work on all the ones over here and all the ones up in this area. I'm actually gonna go over here, start working on that. What do I need for Ningguang? Oh yeah, more of these. See here, we only have like a week left on these gals, so I'm gonna start saving for Baiju. much as I would love Nahida or Nilu, or say for Baju.
Stay close.
I like this party setup more. Nice strong queen. I can't. Okay. The up there. Okay. Ah, I see. Over the giant robots. Got you.
Is this an answer from this world? Everybody stand back!
Yield! Grant us your blessing!
Power that gets
Eh.
punched on! I'm going in! Let's light it up!
I see them.
Do your worst! Let's light it up! Everybody stand! Hear my prayer!
So the only issue with fighting here is that that thing could come attack me at any given moment. Oh, I don't want to. No, that's gonna hurt. Hold on. It's okay. I don't mind people lurking. After all, you were just eating food, right? Sustenance is more important than talking, so I understand. Feed them the shrooms and give them some boosts.
Is this an
Hi.
answer from this world?
Ow. Ow.
Eyes on me! Let's light it up! I'm going in! Spring forth! Propagate! Do your worst! We shall prevail! Adventure time!
Oh, that didn't hurt as bad as I thought it was. Unfortunately, no. I played Genshin all day. Well, technically, would you count game theory and food theory and film theory as watching shows? Because I do that in the background of playing this sometimes, off stream. Okay. It's so entertaining watching them be like, this is the 50th video on FNAF I've done. So. Yay, I did it. Okay.
A reward on the road.
There's another one, is there? I don't think there is. I know, I just think it's so fascinating, all the things that he talks about. I like watching the science of everything being announced to the world. And it keeps my mind stimulated because running around here in complete and total silence just, it hurts my brain sometimes, so I have to have something else going in the background. I'm like, I'm doing this. Okay, so I gotta go get this one that's up here. Not up on top of this one, but up on top of this one. Like last night, I was watching him, before last night's stream, I was watching him make sawdust cookies. As a part 2 to Can You Eat a Christmas Tree? And yeah, you can eat trees. Not recommended, but you can do it. But yeah, no, I just like the science, the scientific funness of everything. Oh hey, it's the ballistas. Okay, we don't need to be here then. I think I got all of the ones that were left over. Excuse me. Yes, that exactly what I mean. But on my other account for Inazuma, when it comes to the Electroculi, I only have like 6 or 7 left to find. And it makes me mad because I went to all of the places located on the interactive map, and I couldn't find them. So that means that I get to play with reputation to try and get my reputation up and working. So I can get the Electroculi finder. There's one. They can't see me, so therefore we're not in combat. They can't see me, so therefore we're not in combat. They can't see me. Fuck. You're right. Come at me, bros. Bet. Okay.
Absorption test.
We.
Animal test 6308.
I'm not gonna pull up the interactive map for the end of the stream. I just wanna. How I bounced off of it. Okay, that's fine. I was just playing with the thing. Okay. And I'm breaking Sucrose's ankles. That's not the right one. That's also not the right one. There we go. I have 8 Electroculi that I can turn in. To do that. I probably would watch a lot more anime. If I could afford a my Funimation account. Yeah. Well, I mean, this is my daily dose of anime, so. Tis anime, the video game.
You had your chance.
But like, boys got piercings. I think he's the only one. I mean, I would. Except I have only Google Chrome on my computer, so I can't really do that. Well, Google Chrome and Microsoft Edge. The other things that I do to watch anime is watch the anime recap ones on YouTube, videos on YouTube. It's not truly experiencing 100% the anime itself, but it's experiencing some of the anime. It's like watching an entire season of anime in like 15 minutes too, so. Because there are just times when I just don't feel like sitting there for an entire day watching nothing but anime. Taking 2 hours just to watch 4 episodes of anime, I don't have the patience for it right now. Okay. A browser. Browser to use, friend. I know my mom uses the Brave browser for literally everything. She would put the thing on her phone so that she would watch YouTube on her phone without getting ads. Ah. Okay. I'll see about getting the Brave browser on my computer then.
You've got it! You got it! Wow, Paimon's stomach is rumbling already!
I'll do that here in a moment. There was an anime that I was watching. There's an anime that I watched that I got to the end of because they didn't release anything after release ended. And I was like, I really wish they would add more to this anime. Because, like most animes, the manga keeps going with the story, but I want to see it animated. Because I think it'd be funny. Not fans of space, then.
Victory is almost ours! Whoa! Nice catch!
I'm really good at the fishing games. I don't have the right bait for these fish. The one I was talking about was Nanbaka. That was really funny. I also watched, on Funimation I watched, Life Lessons with Oromichi, Onisan. I was just like, oof, mood. But yeah, I like me the funny ones. I liked Fairy Tale up until a specific point.
What is it? What is it? Is it another Paimon?
And I liked Black Butler as well. And there was one from my childhood that I really liked. Called Ghost Hunt. I know. But Ghost Hunt I thought was both funny and sad at the same time. Because imagine having the worst luck to break someone's camera and then be forced to work for them until their camera until they replace the camera. Okay. What are you watching? I'm gonna go ahead and switch scenes now. You can keep talking though. Close out the stream manager on my phone. Because now I'm just sitting watching my Streamlabs. I mean... okay. I'll give it a look. Like, it wasn't until 2019 or 2020 that I realized that Fruit Baskets got remade. I watched that one when I was younger. It was like one of the first ones that I watched to introduce me to anime. And oh my lord. I loved it. I was sad that it wasn't continued, and then I recently found out that it was remade and continued, and I was like, oh, that's nice. I'll have to watch both the old and the new one again. But, yeah. Well, my alarm just went off, so thank you for watching. I am going to be streaming... I'll be streaming Pixelmon tomorrow. For the same times. So, yeah. Bye-bye.